think we're finally starting to get it this session. So yeah, I think we're going in the right direction.
Caution as out on the course right now as the number 7, Mikhail Aleshin, has brought out now the red flag, as you see up on the live on the streaming that he's shaking his head. Turn 12 is where Mikhail Aleshin is off course. We'll see if we can grab another word with Scott Harner again. Charlie Kimball, the 2013 champion here at Mid-Ohio. They've been mid-pack throughout the course of the weekend, chasing it a little bit. And Scott, for you, I know there was, well, he's going to get back to work. Some adjustments on the 83. We're kicking back to you guys in the booth. Some adjustments on the 83. But yeah, Charlie's a former champion and can become a little frustrated when things aren't going well. We'll see how that plays out, certainly in qualifying later today. And Scott, one other question for you. You guys, the further back you're pitted here at Mid-Ohio, it's very odd. The more uphill you are when it comes to your pit selection, your pit stall. How does that affect what Charlie does or maybe what you guys do?
It makes it really hard because it's really hard to get traction, especially on cold tires when you leave after a pit stop. And obviously the bigger hill you're on, the harder that is to get going. So it definitely doesn't do you any favors being this far down the pit lane.
All right, we'll let you get back to work. Thanks for the time. Scott Harner again calls the shots for the 83 of Charlie Kimball. It's funny. All the pit selections here are based on what you do qualifying in Toronto. If you got a bad qualifying position or time in Toronto, it can really affect you here at Mid-Ohio.
Well, Nick Yeoman, Mikhail Aleshin comes up out of Thunder Valley and hits a little short straightaway and it narrowly misses the Armco to the inside. Slipped back to the outside of the racetrack. The car hit the curbing, upset the balance, and he was along for the ride. We saw the replay, and upon impact, let go of the wheel at the right time. I mean, he was mindful of where the tire barrier was, and then the car careened off the tires and came to a stop. And a frustrating set of circumstances for sure for Mikhail Aleshin.
That is the last thing that Mikhail really needed to be doing to that race car. As we talked about, sat out the last race in Toronto. And Sam Schmidt said, hey, we need to start finding some results. That is the last thing that Mikhail needed to have happened. As you mentioned, Mark, I mean, he showed so much promise. Nearly won this race a year ago, nearly won Pocono a year ago, and it seemed like in 2016 he really took a big step in his career. I don't think you can argue that it's been a big step backwards here in 2017. Pretty significant damage to the rear wing assembly of that number 7 car. As Mark, this red flag is going to end the session here at Mid-Ohio.